brothers, a great millstone. The church in Birmingham, Alabama is always once again. I give it all praise, honor, and glory.
Say Yahawah, Sham, Sham, Qadash.
In the ancient Hebrew tongue, those would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only God, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, I'd like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and elders, the great millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, believers. So yeah, we're back out here once again through the spirit and power of Yahawashi and Rawchaa, as always, to pronounce judgment against this place, America, also spiritually known as Egypt, as well as likened to ancient cities, such as Syria, Nineveh, which was the common denominator with those ancient kingdoms, where they was all visited and ultimately brought to ruin at the hand of Yahawah and Yahawashi, which is no different. That will prove to be no different with this current system, this beast system, before that system did. And this is what you find out. That's pretty much the veracity of the Bible. And it's fascinating when you come from a perspective of how we was conditioned to believe, not just us, but the masses of the people. You was believed or taught to believe that the Bible served as a symbol of galvanizing everybody, bringing everybody together under the banner of peace, to cause wars to cease, or brought forth to officiate weddings or damn funerals, right? But ultimately, the Bible, when presented, when emanate from it, is actually a report concerning the destruction of America, right? That's really what you are introduced to. That's the spirit that you're in when you come into this arena, and your reasoning is fashioned in that direction. Matter of fact, let's get that in our second 3. Looking for new heaven, right? Because again, this is what happens. You develop the spirit of anticipation, man. While the world, come and go, it moves to the beat of its own drum, that oblivious spirit that's on you, Babylonians. But there's certain spirits via, right, the testimony of the Yahawashi, those of us who subscribe to it, it has altered our reality, our outlook, man. We anticipate some bad at all times. We on the edge of our seat, anticipate the worst. That was the case with Noah, right? Did not Noah, matter of fact, before we read that, go to Jonah. Book of Jonah, the 4th chapter, and the 5th verse. Baba Kasha, come on.
John, the book of Jonah, chapter 4, verse 5. So Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city. And there made him a booth and sat under it in the shadow. It said, till he might see what would come of the city.
Read that again.
It says, so Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city.
Right, and that's likened to our walk. Because are not we facing the east? We going to the extremity of the city. We headed back east, as it is written in the book of, what's that, Jeremiah, I want to say that's Jeremiah, the 6th chapter, right? That's touching, seeking out the old path, right? And it goes back to the east. See? So that's what Jonah did. He pretty much detached from the city, departed. He went eastward. And he built a booth. Read that again.
So Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city. And there made him a booth.
And made him a booth, man. Right? That's like a station. Matter of fact, click on that word and see if we get it. I don't know if that's a phrase or not.
Strong's H5521, it says thicket, covert.
A covert. See, what?
It says booth, rude or temporary shelter.
Oh, read that again.
It says rude or temporary shelter.
Temporary shelter, man. Because this is only temporary until the deliverer show himself, right? And that salvation is perfected. But we're building this house to serve as a cover. Somebody give me real quick Isaiah 4, Mama Kasha, Isaiah 4 and 6. We're going to come back here, but that's a heavy definition. That's touching that booth. Right? It parallels our walk. we have made a booth as well. A cover. Come on.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 6. And there shall be a tabernacle
Yeah.
for a shadow in the daytime from heat,
Yeah.
and a place of refuge, and a covert from storm and from rain.
See, a cover from storm and from rain, man. Now, when you go into that definition right there, cover. One of the definitions is to be kept from false doctrine or something like that. Is that? That's not in that, is it? Okay. Okay, cut. Matter of fact, look at that word covered right there as well.
Come.
Okay. What did it say? Refuge right here?
Come.
Yep. Protection. Right. Click on that word refuge to the key. Oh, you asking over this point?
Yep, come.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the same thing. Right? Read that again.
Come. Isaiah 4 and 6, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a cover from storm and from rain.
Right. And storm and rain comes in all forms. You know, utterly is going to be protected with the destruction. Those missiles are likened to raindrops. See? And even when you look at rain, and we do this, man, because you have to ponder, right? You have to consider the works of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. But if you ever notice, right, you have a pot of water, and when it rains, those raindrops, when they hit the water, you see that vibration. That's a constant reminder of the destruction, man. And that's what it looks just like, when that rain hits, it looks just like a nuclear blast. Now, why does it make that impression when it hit the water? It's the water the people. The water the people as well, right? So that raindrop, when it comes and hit water, it creates those blasts. See? And that's walking in the fear of the Lord. Because you have people, they live their life, and we have been brought into a realm, right? Where you now acknowledge that there's a power that's really poised to kill you when you think about it, because this is the time of judgment. That's why there's a premium on salvation. See? So we walk in the fear of the Lord. Our life and our walk differs. Because we know that anything can happen. The roof can collapse in on you. Nothing you can do to stop it. Right? You can stockpile weapons. The Lord can have it where the weapon, the fire, you cleaning that motherfucker. Oh, it's a story of this dog. It was this guy's hunting dog. He had his rifle in the back seat. He had the rifle pointed, and his dog was in the back seat, moving back and forth. And he stepped in there. You know, you have the little loop with the trigger.
Right.
He stepped in that, and it fired the weapon and took him out.
Dang.
See? Right? Hey, when we hear them stories, you know that right, that's the works of Yahawashi now. That's what it means to walk in the fear of the Lord. Man. Our reality, the way we see things, see, it's spooky. Remember, what's the guy? I'm gonna call the nigga Good talk, right? Not even that might be it. This nigga went from this great orator to spooky, you know? Hell.
Good. Isaiah 4 and 6, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a cover from storm and from rain.
That? So now, can we click on that word right there?
Strong H 4268. It says refuge, shelter. It says from rain or storm, from danger of falsehood.
See? So it begins with falsehood. We have been protected and shielded from falsehood. Right? The Lord set up shepherds in the form of apostles, elders, bishops, teachers throughout Great Millstone. Right? And overall, what's the main objective? To guard you from the wolves. These wayward ideas and philosophies And Jake, you know what? You right for the taking. Because the only thing Jake want to do is add to their arsenal. Want to be able to cut the nigga on the patio after the game Sunday. That's all, you know.
That conversation from our boys in the hood, I think it's
Oh yeah.
Menace to Society.
The boys in the hood, the dad.
Okay.
Was it that one?
There's another one in Menace to Society in the backyard with the smart guy, with the smart
Oh,
kid.
okay, yeah.
That,
Tyreek, whatever. Yeah. What the nigga was? The name was. Okay, cut. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about the other guy. Right. That one too. Yeah. Yeah, he was talking about gentrification. He made chip in the days like, damn, deep.
that's the apex of a smart nigga in
Right.
America. It's
Right.
just having that gotcha moment amongst your peers, but this transcends that.
Right. Yeah, they throw around certain words, you know,
Yep.
and then they had people eating out of their hand. See? But I was thinking about the other, what's the guy, he was sitting on the cooler, the nigga with the cooler, said, man, get your ass up the Sharif. And you notice, right, the symbol of reason is always a nigga with a kufi or a dashiki. That was set up by the elite. Right? Yeah, that Pan-Africanism shit. Then you hear a nigga playing the bongo.
Right.
Then that's it, man. If you put a documentary together, nigga playing a bongo.
With a green, red, and black
Come
flag.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
With a green, red, and black flag. Yeah, that's sideways cool.
Over his eye.
It was an artist coup.
Oh yeah,
One of them
those
artist
simple-
coup.
them niggas was,
Yeah,
they was in awe
yeah.
of that nigga, man. See, and that's the danger with Jake. They're impressionable. So they don't understand the hidden dangers of subscribing to way ideas and concepts. They don't understand that could very well cost you your life. That's why one of the definitions there is to protect you, keep you from falsehood. You see that? Care how you approach us, you can come with that Holy Spirit shit. The Holy Spirit. That's not gonna spray us.
It's in Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. NLT say, the prudent carefully consider their steps.
Yeah. Oh, that's then that's displaying discernment, considering. That complements the parable Yahawashi spoke of in Matthew the 13th chapter. Remember, a certain merchant, he was seeking pearls, right? He was seeking pearls of goodly value. Scripture said when he found that one with pearl, that means he exhibited what? Discernment. He was deciphering. He was considering. See? And that, you know what? That's a heavy attribute. Discernment. That was with us. Lord gave us. Right? That pretty much opened the door for you to entertain the testimony of Yahawashi. Because you had that one trait. See? Now it's being cultivated. We search out everything, we look at everything, scrutinize everything. Your presentation better be on par, man. It would take a chariot. You know, that's not even if a chariot come down and hover over us and say America will not be destroyed. Right. We're going to critique that. They're going to be brothers looking the precepts, trying to, you know what I mean? Ready to counter that.
Galatians chapter 1 and verse 8, it says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
That's it. So even that angel will be accursed. See? Which the angels then harmony. Right? That's why John on the island of Patmos, he encountered the angel, and the angel said, I am thy fellow brother. See? But ultimately, this is the centerpiece of you being steadfast and continue in the doctrine, right? The Lord is hedging you away from wayward. Think of what can a nigga present to us now? Right? It'll take, you have to bring a whole show with you. Right? It had to be a chariot pop up and all that for us to start. Then we just read, we're going to scrutinize that. Right?
That's the definition, like unmovable.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Deeply rooted.
Right. Those who stood so stiff. Yep. Yep.
This is 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahawah. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Yeah, if I may, there's more false teachers and prophets than the true prophets. True prophets is hidden, is secret. That's why it's a privilege to be amongst, right, to hear the words of Yahawashi, man. Because this is a hidden place. It's not easily accessed. And the Lord pretty much set up stumbling blocks. There's a lot of distractions. The Lord discouraged Jake from coming up here, man. Why? Because this is the lifeline to life. You know how much you learn up here? You start putting down McDonald's, right? There's a lot that comes with this walk. The information you have made privy to, your diet change, your mindset, your habits, right? Scripture speaks about how the harlot envied the. Can we find that? See, don't get discouraged. You know, the Spirit told me to say this. All of you out there, including myself, don't be discouraged because you don't fit in. Right? You feel that feeling, you be in stores or whatever, it's just like, damn, if I could just get away, you know? Oh, King David said that. Only if I had wings, I would fly away, man. That's our spirit, which really symbolizes what? The deliverance. Only we could just get out of here, man. See? But we got to embrace it. Oh, the spirit. We got to embrace it. See, because that's a telltale sign that you could potentially be of that number, those spirits, right, that was created to love the appearance of Yahawashi. But also, just to simplify it, it proves that you've been cleansed. We bring that out a lot. You got on a white linen suit. I don't want to be able to pull apart. And if I am that, it's going to be, I'm going to be a bit standoffish. And if I pull apart, it's going to be a natural tension between us. I don't want that. Like, get away, bro. You trying to talk to me, you got an alternator. And I got on my white linen, and there's a formal, right? But I'm dressed for a formal, right? A gathering. I got to be there at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to be like, hold up, man, get away. See? Matter of fact, let's get that.
This is 2 16, verse 49. He said, like as a whore envieth of right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity. And she definitely, if she accuse her face to face, when he cometh, that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin.
See, so the scripture said, as a whore envy the virgin, pretty much, right? What the word is that?
Right, honest, and virtuous woman.
Right. Which that's the virgins. See, spiritually they envy you. You can't put your hand on, you can't put your pulse, your finger on it, right? And you might struggle with that. But you got to realize there's a natural tension between the believers versus the unbelievers. And it should be that way. Seeing that the fate of those two parties ends in life or death. You can't get a bigger contrast than that. So if you headed to death and we're in pursuit of life, along the way, I'm trying to get by you. I'm going this way, man. See? Right? And that spirit, see, we're in very demonic times, right? Socials months. You got October, November, it's a lot. If you go back and look at how these devils operate on the left hand, a lot of that activity is in these months. So this the time when you'll feel that overwhelming presence. You might think the Lord forsook you, man. Right? Oh, did not Yahawashi, remember, Yahawashi took on all those sins. He said, have thou forsaken me? See? So being in this time, there's a lot we have to deal with in this walk. It's not going to be easy. See? But what you have to guard, matter of fact, give me that real, I want to say that Psalms, Proverbs 25, keep that heart, might be 4. You got something?
Yeah.
This is the book of Acts 8 and 1. It says, and Saul was consenting unto his death, and at that time there was a great persecution against the church, which was at Jerusalem. They were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles, and devout men carried Stephen to his burial and made great lamentation over him. And that's what was going on during that time. You see how everything recycles and repeats itself. Here we are in Babylon, being, the church is the body that makes up the believers of the Lord, of his elect. They being persecuted in past time, just is more proof that it's going to happen again.
Right. Yeah, because this word is troubling the people. What's that? Is that Luke? I believe that's Matthew. Can we get that? Balkasai, let's get that one real quick. You have something? Yeah, come on.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach 33 and verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner.
And if I may, that's why a lot of people are not willing to fully commit to Yahawashi. Right? Because they're not willing to sever those ties with the world. You niggas still want to be accepted at the barbecue. Right? See? But you know what? A shot at greatness, it reveals who you are. It naturally reveals who you are. If you just the guy who was there to keep the beers cold, you're going to gravitate towards that. Right? But the ones who won't break it, they're going to strive for it. It ain't going to be that many. See? Right, strive for the truth, man. It's a narrow path. Can't too many people even occupy the path. See? So, pretty much, you're letting something that's as low level as this world hinder you. Right, from yielding forth the fruits of Yahawashi, man. What the Apostle Paul said, I count all things but dung to win the excellency of the knowledge of Yahawashi. Why? Because when it breeds, first of all, don't even look towards, right, everything we're going to have as touching the aftermath. Just consider just the initial shock of being delivered by Yahawashi. That in itself, man. Just the initial shock of levitating, right, to the very one you can get precepts.
Good.
Right.
Man.
See, just let that sink in. See, and that's why the sense of urgency. We're not going to send a nigga down. Look, bro. Look, man. America about to be destroyed. No, because we understand that the gathering, there was an invitation sent out. Certain spirits heard that bell, ding, 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 and they started to come after the house.
If you took 100 Jakes, right? Or you in a crowd of Jake, and about 5 people start running, everybody starts running. They don't be asking. They don't be asking what you running for. So they saw in the spirit of Jake to start running when he said, well, the Lord said this is like running. This is a course that we running. Running a race. So you're supposed to see those people running, and if you got this spirit jump on you, you just start running too.
Right.
There's parts of this truth that we learn in the truth. You be in the truth, and you still have questions about, and then it's answered while you running. So it's not that you got somebody just sit you down and give you all the answers first, and then you're going to start to move.
Right. Oh, you got to eat in haste. You eat in haste. Eating in haste. That's exactly. Staff in hand, gird it up, eating in haste. And that goes back to that spirit of anticipation. Anticipate, right? That rendezvous spot. You got to meet with Yahawashi. Get out of it.
sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
That's it. That includes all the works of the Most High, but predominantly those who have wisdom versus those who are without. Man. See? So, cut.
This is St. Matthew chapter 2 in verse 3. Well, it's like I'm starting at 1. It said, now when Yahawashi was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born, King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him.
Right. So you had wise men who like it, who they knew the prophecies, man. That story wasn't how Esau, like Esau presented. Just got these guys, it's like a mythical. It just really emphasized the gifts. But it's a backdrop to that, man. Pretty much they knew the prophecies like Zechariah 9, they were Isaiah 9 and 6. Right? What?
When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
Right. See, so that report of a king coming, it troubled Herod, which represents what? The powers that be, and also Jerusalem, man. They was troubled. See? Why? Because there's a resistance. Truth and life can't coexist. You can read that in the book of Genesis. That's like what I said, light and darkness, or truth and lies, either way. Right? Yin, yang. In Genesis 1 and 3, it said what? God created the light, he saw that it was good, and separated the light from the darkness. Man. That's all know. Spirit. Matter of fact, somebody get St. John 3. No, so I can St. John 7. I believe 38. No, and 42. Somebody. Let's find out who the catalyst behind the separation. You got it,
In St. John chapter 7 and verse 42, have not the scripture said that Hamashiach cometh of the seed of David, out of the town of Bethlehem, where David was born, where David was? So there was a division among the people because of him.
Read that part again.
So there was a division among the people because of him.
So that was a division among the people because of him. Because of who? Yahawashi, man. The door. We all know what a door serves as, a natural separator. Right? If I want to separate myself from the outside world, so is the door. See? So the Lord himself, which is manifest through his testimony, that's how we know there's not a world-friendly doctrine, man. When it goes forth, it's going to sift you. It's a sifter. Right? It's like a sifter. When it goes forth, if you're in the right spirit, you're going to gravitate to it. But if you're a nigga, right, and that applies to, you ain't got to be an Israelite. Right? I'm just saying a nigga is just a nigga, period. But as it relates to Israel, if you're a nigga, when you hear this word, you're going to be offended. It might not be immediately, instantaneous. Right? You could have been in the ministry 6 months. Oh, remember the guy was watching us? He was on the coming board selling warm. He was even doing videos about me. Remember the guy? He would work out with my video in the background.
Yeah, come. The kid.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
come, yeah.
Yeah, he fell out over the
Yeah,
Adidas.
yeah.
Lord used the, Lord Henry, man, had on the Adidas jacket. He probably did all kinds of, he probably just saw a documentary on him. Within that year, it probably was a right static presentation. He's crying and shit. He saw me with an Adidas jacket. Out of all the jackets the Lord could have, the Lord had him put on an Adidas jacket. He lost it. He said, no! Don't you know that stands for the Germans? All this crazy shit, man. See? So the Lord is all the time really sifting and separating. That's the time we're in. Right? We're in a time where that net has grown a lot of, everybody's grown in. Now the Lord is separating. See? separated is the doctrine. Because we don't know you guys personally, right? It should never be a case where, man, I love Great Millstone, they jumped me. I went up and inquired. I had to have 2 major surgeries to right, construct the eye socket. Now that, you know what, those are grounds that cause you to leave Great Millstone and do videos, right? Those, right? But what else could it be? It's a difference in doctrine, man. See? And the Lord himself, right, that doctrine, either you're going to latch on, that stone is going to protect you as it protected David, or it's going to crush you. Right, you can see something and you can see the good in it, but not, and you overlook the bad in it. I found the sword of the Spirit, but not understanding it's a two-edged sword. You make the declaration to come down and pierce yourself. See? But we have found that this stone is protective for us. We understand that the most prized and valued possession is one's sanity. Matter of fact, give me I call for that one. The guard of your mind. Rawchaa.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4. Proverbs 4 and 23. It reads, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life."
See, so the prize is your heart, which is your mind, man. See, so this is what has to be kept at all times. You understand the value of having a sanity. When you get bad out here, man, they show you that, like, especially in the book of Eli, one thing you'll overlook is his calm demeanor. Right? When really he should have been, right? He had, seemed like instinct with his eyesight, but he had what? A very calm demeanor. No matter what the situation. He's walking a bar full of rebels and marauders and food. He had that book. That was those still water. We don't know how we gonna do it. We ain't nobody, man, without the Lord. It's just when it happens, when you thrust into it, hey, the Spirit take over. You're gonna eventually have to walk the walk that the Lord wrote out for us. That's it.
This is Malachi chapter 3 and verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. That mindset that, as the elder mentioned, you know, you see somebody running, you ain't waiting to understand what they running for, man.
Usually, you see a crowd of people running. You know how motherfuckers be on motherfuckers. Hey, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before you ask a question, you start running too.
That's what it is.
Ask questions later.
Yeah, so we on that race now, man, you know. Everybody else was like, what you running for? And I was like, you better run too. You know? Unless you get caught up in that destruction. But that comes with a discernment that's going to be on the servant of the Lord. You got taste, man. You know?
Quiet taste.
Hebrews 4:12. Going back to what you said, you know, it could be down the line that you disagree with the doctrine. You know, a person can act one way, but you don't know really the intents of his heart. But the word is going to draw that out. Like you said, it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
It's Hebrews 4:12. It says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." So when this word is being presented, it's going to draw out the so-called goodness in you, or it's going to draw out that wickedness. You know, you're gonna speak forward. You know, like you said, it might not be right at that time, but you keep bringing precepts. All of a sudden, you're gonna disagree. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show up who you say you are. You know, this precept may be good. You agree with that. You know, and it's usually a Jacob situation what makes him feel comfortable. You know, and then when that precept make him feel uncomfortable, that now we wicked. You know.
Isaiah 8:20 it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And NLT said, people who contradict his word are completely in the dark. So, to let the word do what it's supposed to do. That'll always bring out. This is you don't have to butcher, when it's sharp enough. You just have to. It's a quick slice and end somebody's life. It's a surgical strike with this word. That's why certain demons might come up. You see them videos before, or interact with these camps out here. The person gets cut. You see automatically they hold the meter start to change as the word come out. You've seen it time and time again. This word really is enough. And then the name of the Lord will come out, and then they really start turning up. So what you see is on full display is that the Heavenly Father basically put spirits inside people, but they cover them in certain ways, man. Everybody dressed the same, everybody moved the same, they learn what's acceptable, and then they start doing that, and they in a robotic fashion, but deep down inside the core of that person exists, and it's like trapped in there. And this word kind of creates an opening and release that out. It shines a light straight to directly who that person is, and then they come out. And it'd be a whole nother embodiment, And so, hey, that's what they was hiding, right? They had many people wear many masks the same. So this word do that, separate exactly down to who you are, and you can't resist. Either you're gonna resist or you're gonna go through it. I got one more to line up. It says Luke 12 and 51 says, suppose ye that I am come to you to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. So the Lord separated, he separates through his word. Remember, he is the word. And so everything about how Yahawashi was treated while he was on this earth and walked on this earth and did his ministry, up until the point where he was crucified for his very ministry, shows you that the world is adverse to his ministry, is adverse to him being on the throne, it's adverse to the prophecies coming to pass. The world is adverse to the elect, right? If they hated you, they hated me first. Know that they hated me first. So the adversity that you catch, the hell you catch, has nothing to do with how you came, right? Or how 4K your video was, or how clean your presentation was. The scripture said we don't use worldly words, worldly wisdom, right? We don't speak worldly wisdom, right? We do spiritual with the spiritual. Compare spiritual things to spiritual, and the natural man can't receive it. So all these things combined proves who his elect is, man. They hate it amongst the masses of people right now.
Got something for you real quick. Just going back. You mentioned pretty much the word is the indicator, and ultimately your reaction shows who you are. So this is the book of Acts 7, into the point, verse 54. It says, when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart. Ultimately, we all got cut, but we, acknowledge our offense and went to the physician, man, to be healed. But you have other niggas that will get cut, and their reaction is as a brute beast. It says, and they gnashed on him with their teeth. So, instead you had Prophet Stephen, bringing out the word, and they was getting cut. And ultimately, that caused them to rage, and foam at the mouth, and ultimately stone them. But as you can see, the word was presented. That would show who they really are.
If I'm not mistaken, is that St. John 1 where spoke about the widow time of Elijah?
Oh, you're talking about
You can get that one as well. And because Yahawashi offensive. Right? That's why the scripture says, blessed is he who are not offended in me. You got that?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, come on. Matthew the 11th chapter. Right? Because again, like the brother said, you're going to be cut. But what the game lies within what? Your reaction, man. See? Maybe give it real quick.
this is St. Luke chapter 4. And I started verse 24. It says, and he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. But I tell you of the truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elijah.
Now, what you're about to witness is Yahawashi, right, in full form. And what you're going to notice, what should jump out, is his offensive nature. See? And that's why through the Spirit, that's why in the Spirit, we didn't touch on this before, the Lord had to distribute the Holy Spirit in portions. Because if he was just here in that raw, pure form, you'll be looking to kill him right then, man. See, because he's pure. He's going to cut you. He's going to tell you just how it is. And that's what we're about to read right here. Read it again.
It says, but I tell you the truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elijah. When the head was shut up 3 years and says nothing.
That was a sensitive thing. A lot of Israelites died, man.
When great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elijah sent, save Sarepta, a city of Zidon, unto a woman that was a widow.
See, that was spiritual too, man. Because here in this great time of confusion, the Lord then sent forth that protection to everybody. He sent it to the widow, which is the elect. See, go ahead.
It says that many lepers were in Israel in the time of Elisha, the prophet, and none of them were cleansed, save in Naaman, the
So
Syrian.
the Lord running it down, man. And you notice he was referring to them as like foreigners. You see how now that number has been spread throughout, over here to America. That's the main deliverance. We have been scattered, right? So that's where the Lord is going to make that deliverance for those he's going to recover. Or what's that? Isaiah, right? The Lord will stretch forth his hand the second time to recover. See? So the tie-in with our walk, you see that these was Israelites who were scattered. Right?
It says, and they in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath.
See that? When they heard those things, it was filled with wrath, man. Because the Lord, he know how to hit you right. He know you, man. He created your ass. Right? The Heavenly Father used Yahawashi to create everything. See? So the Lord, hey, that's why even when Peter encountered Yahawashi in his glory, form of his glory, what do I mean by that? He saw him perform the miracle of the fish. When they caught all those fish in the net broke, Peter said what? What was his response? Depart from me. Depart from me. I'm a sinful man. So his reaction to Yahawashi was that of reverence. Look, I'm nobody, Lord. And that's how it was when we heard the word. We was like, oh shit. Right? We were saying, depart from me in a sense. This is too pure for me. A lot of brothers had, you know what I mean, watching the video breaking down the black. And that's spirit, right? What happened when you would say in that moment, depart from me, oh Lord, this is you. Because you, right? That's the approach. But two people, you heard it and you got offended at. Who are you? Who these niggas? See? Come on. Matter of fact, what's that? Somebody got something? Let's go over him when we come down.
This book of Isaiah, chapter 8, and verse 14. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel.
Yeah, that's good. Read that again at the top.
Says he shall, so like he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel.
That's a prophecy concerning Yahawashi, man. Right? He serves as a sanctuary on the one hand, but on the flip side, a rock of offense. But that contributes to his perfection. See? Because, hey, the West teach you to think that being perfect is you're not sinning. You never really sin. Now, that's a part of it because Yahawashi was the only one in his walk. As Yahawashi, he was sinning. Well, you know what? Even better. Yeah, that's the guy. Like, very,
Yeah.
Get up and jump on the board. Derek, last chance to receive the
Hold
Holy
your
Spirit.
hands now. Hold your hands.
God. Derek, got the Holy Spirit, man.
New shirt.
Time is short, Derek.
Says, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Yep.
And many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken.
Right, they're taken by this. They're snared. They're broken. You see? But on the flip side, again, you have those in whom we do this truth as a sanctuary. Our life, our universe revolves around the precepts. What? Testimony of Yahawashi, man. We're watching. Right? We're watching these devils. We're watching the serpent move. Oh, you had the pact of the future. Right? But that was nothing more than a declaration of the MOTB, man, being brought forth. Which is Esau's final ditch effort at the birthright, man. It's going down in the planet Earth. See? And who knows the extent? Because remember, the Lord gave Esau power, man. See? And that's not a hard saying when you look at the technology. Look at the weapons this nigga got. He can change your reality. We overlook things like that, but he can send a missile and change your reality. Now, there's no more running water. See? So, yeah, but that said, if that's the case, the Lord, he pretty much gave this man technology to do these things. We see him in motion. What he's moving for. Right? What he's moving. He's not just wandering aimlessly. Right, there's the watch, projecting. He's projecting a certain reality. See the infrastructure is set up. See? Right. Or like I mentioned, the pact of the future. Right, the UN. Oh, you got recall on all fronts. It's like, damn, everything that you can think of is being recalled. Right, the power grid is being stretched. I said all that to say this. That goes back to Isaiah the 8th chapter. Some will make the Lord our sanctuary. That means we pondering everything that's happening in life, and we're being comforted through the scriptures. There's a lot of people that know about world events. Right? Oh, what's this guy, Dabu? Right. Man, you're at the edge of your seat watching it. Yep. Yep, Jason A.
Third base.
There's a couple of them out there, right? But they're not confident in those things. See, because they don't understand that the source, that was all reported to us by Yahawashi. See, so that's our sanctuary when we read Isaiah the 8th chapter. But those same things become an offense. Let's say if you're not a part of this circle, you come up here and quiet. The longer you sit, the more chances of you being offended. Right? Usually the only part where there's an agreement is the king will agree. Hey, Shalom, Malak, or king, that's the only point of agreement. After that, the gloves go off. Because once we start going into the precept, it's going to break down that bullshit, right?
Even boxes to the gloves.
Right. Yeah, wow. Yeah, cut. That's pretty much what we do. Touch gloves, now you in for one, you know? Good luck. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Because ultimately, what's going to happen? You're going to be considered an outsider. See? Because we're in the, matter of fact, let's get that real quick in Matthew 12.
St. Matthew 12, verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his
tell you, as Yahawashi spoke to the people, right? His family stood without. So when you extrapolate, that means Yahawashi was speaking in an intimate setting. See? Go ahead.
And one said unto him, it's like again, one said unto him, behold, thy mother and brother and thy brother stand without.
See, stand without. See, these are key words you got to consider. Without. See? So whatever the Lord speaks, that means it's going to be a personal thing. Matter of fact, we're going to go back to, give me Matthew 24, Bible Shop, I believe in 3. And you have to develop that in His truth. I know I did. You know, speaking on my own behalf, you have to develop that instinct of knowing everybody's not going to come into this. Give it that how much you can break it down. Right. What you develop is the concept of really nobody is going to be rare, few in between. 10 people walk up, one of them might be worthy to, you know, right, to hear the word.
And it's St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Yep, it's like, read that again.
Come. And as he, Matthew 24 and 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately.
See, privately, man. See? So, in order for you to really get this understanding, because the Lord didn't break down things in front of everybody. He presented it in a parable. See? In a similitude. But then behind the scenes, personally, he expounded it. Well,
Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming
yep.
and of the end of the world?
See that? So that was a private setting. So let's go back there. I'm real quick.
Song of Solomon 4 and 12. Our garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. I think it's going back to mention how this is really a private council. It's a secret.
Right.
He fashioned the elect ears to hear this message, man. You know, to receive. So that's the it's a private, intimate matter.
You know what I'm saying? It's a fountain. You think of a fountain, it pours out. So how really can it be shut up? You know? But that's the same with the word. It's pouring out, yet it's shut up. It's out every week, videos coming out, it's flowing. Yet everybody can't drink from it. It's shut to the public.
Secret place. We out in the open because the true meaning of the church is what being called out from their home, displaying, you know, in front of the public's eye. Well, we in front of the public's eye, but what we're saying is it's a private thing. But we're saying it openly.
Right.
You know, like I said, what makes it private? Because they don't have the ears to hear it. It's hidden unto them.
Yeah, that's an actual realm. You can physically come up there. You can jump in your car and travel all the way to this city. But you could be blocked right here in the mind. Because that's what the Lord considers, right? The Lord considers the heart from men. See? Hey, that's why Yahawashi said clean the inner cup. Meaning the inner you. So in order for the Lord to come in and sup with you, your house got to be clean.
This is St. Luke chapter 2, and start at verse 34. And Simon blessed him and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel.
Right, he was pretty much echoing the prophecy what we just read. Yahawashi was set for either to rise or fall, and that's what a stone do. I can knock you out with it, or you can build on it. See? Well,
And for a sign which shall be spoken against. Yea, a sword shall pierce through thy own soul also, and that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed.
See, that was Yahawashi, man. Now, in this lifetime, the hearts of many, that spirit has poured out and been revealed, you know? I love Jesus.
So, what are you guys doing?
Teaching about it.
Right?
Teaching the Bible. Okay. Right? Why on a side street and not someplace else?
On the side street,
Why on a side street and not someplace else where people can hear you?
that's the spirit we were just speaking, but it's a private setting. Because really, you see how the spirit is? Because really, unbeknownst to the masses, the Bible is not as an open and secret case as one might think. It was only delegated for the wise amongst the people. Somebody do that in the Bible.
Second Ezra chapter 12.
Because the Bible deals with weighty matters. One of the matters it deals with is the downfall, collapse, and destruction of America. Well,
Son, Second Ezra chapter 12, verse 36. Thou only has been meet to know the secret of the highest.
right, so the Most High, he had secrets, in which those secrets was entrusted to the prophets. Well,
Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them.
do that again?
Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them.
Right, so the Bible has an allegorical overtone to it. It's parabolic. So the Lord said, write these things in a book, document it, record it, but hide them. Well,
And teach them to the wise of the people.
right, so it's level. This book is far beyond the reason of mere mortals. And when I say that, I mean those who operate in the flesh. So it's some men the Lord designed to tap into this book and expound on the secret that lie within it. Well,
Whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets.
hey, that's why I say these are weighty matters. So just like you consider the UN, they're not going to sit down and talk about everything with the coming folk. Because those are kingly matters. That's king's language. See? So when it comes to the Bible, which is the highest form of intellect, scholars have been baffled. So-called historians, they have been fascinated by this book. Man. So when it comes to this, it wasn't meant for all the people. It was really meant for the people on this side and the elect that lie within it.
St. Matthew.
Well, if I may, they used to teach you that in the school system. You got grades, levels, you know?
St. Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right, so that was the nature of Yahawashi, his true nature. In the world, ignorantly referred to as Jesus Christ. His name would be Yahawashi. He spoke over the people's heads. Spoke in parables, man. Hey, you know why? Because the word was going out, it was offensive. One of the things he was expounding on, if you can receive it, is these people going into captivity as well. Remember when Luke the man came back, we spoke about the siege and Jerusalem. There was a future overtone to that as well. Well,
It says, And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them it is not given.
right, because the Bible is centered around the rise and fall of kingdoms and empires. With the naked eye, you would think America is just some random design. But actually, go back to the Holy Scripture. It's the most wickedest kingdom ever erected. Spirit.
Pocket full of stones.
That's the spirit, man. So I got a pocket full of stones. That's the Lord, bro. Pocket, that's a secret.
Good.
Y'all paying attention up there. Yeah, that's a secret place. Pocket, that's where you hide.
Seal.
The Lord hid his stones in that pocket.
Good.
And I want to see, I'm interested to see the time stamp in that. Boy, where we might go back to that, you know? The water get how about outside, you have to be operating in that realm. Yeah, come on.
Says, for whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance, but whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he had. It says, therefore speak I to them in parables,
Right.
because they seeing see not.
Right, so the people can perceive the ministry as camps have sprung forth throughout the world, throughout the landscape of America, and near and far for that matter. They can physically see it, they might even inquire of it, but it's hidden in plain sight. Read that again.
It says, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not,
Right, they see it, but they don't get it. Right?
and hearing they hear not.
Right, so when we expound on the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, which entail, let's get the main course. This is what the scriptures, when the scriptures read properly through spiritual lenses, what you find out is promotes the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Just as the Lord visited ancient cities, such as Egypt, right? Syria, Nineveh. The Lord has set his sights on the far west in America, right? But the Lord set up prophets to expound on these things, but the ministry was set up to snare you. You expect to see somebody in a staff. Oh, now with these days, you want to see a church, right? With a big following, and that validates, that makes the one inquiring, that soothes their flesh, right? Because they was conditioned to believe that you need to see tangible things to commit. You see? But the snare, which is Yahawashi, he came subtle. The kingdom of heaven, that ministry is here among you, man. See? So Noah was teaching in the time of his contemporaries, and they didn't believe that that flood was coming because the presentation wasn't in harmony with what they was used to seeing. So naturally, their instinct was to resist. See? Come on.
It says,
Slack. You hear something? Come on.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, and verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
So it said Israel have not, they was looking, read that first part again.
What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for.
What Israel is looking for relief. Our people as a whole is looking for relief, man. Going through these different doctrines and ideologies, these different wayward ways, such as a career to rap, whatever America presents as a way out. Our people go to that because they think it's a form of relief.
But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
See, the election have obtained. See, the Lord, Yahawashi, is the true relief. When you go to Saint John, the 4th chapter, concerning their waters, he talks about that woman at the well. And the Lord said, you drink of this water, you want to thirst again, but the water that I present, you ain't going to never thirst, man. And it begins with this word, this truth, this doctrine that's that's being presented now, man. This is what's going to lead to our rest. But it's on a certain spirit that the Lord allows access to that.
the elect have obtained. And one faculty to is obtained, what the scripture is speaking of, is understanding, comprehension, discernment. That's why he spoke to them in parables, because it wasn't meant for everybody to get it. He only gave those faculties to the elect to get it. That's why it's hard to understand.
It's real quick, Tang. Real quick. This is the book of 2 Ezra 8 and verse 62. It says, these things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. So ultimately, it's the Lord that causes us to understand or not. When you read Exodus, the 4th chapter, it talks about how the Lord, he made the deaf and the dumb, or the seeing and the hearing. So that's why we pretty much, we've been reduced to hope. Because now we can understand what, is the Lord, that he's the one that's controlling all these things, But as you mentioned, that way it begins by understanding. That way, that's the indicator right there of who the Lord is dealing with. Is when this word is presented, and you plead to it, potentially God will know,
days of Noah, right? The stumbling block is they didn't understand the message. Because at that time it never rained. The earth was water through the dew that came up from the earth. So when he spoke concerning the rain, that was foreign to the people. But who designed that set? It was the Most High himself. See? So when you fast forward to now, it's the same thing. Somebody get that? Yahawashi spoke about that? You know something?
Romans 11:8. According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see.
That's what we read here in Matthew. Eyes that they shall not see. The scripture speaks about eyesight,
Right.
which is the healing of the eyes. Majority of our people don't have that eyesight, the healing of the eyes, which is the capability to see these prophecies taking place and marrying with the scriptures. To give you the answer of why this taking place, because the scripture already was told us.
And ears that they should not hear unto this day.
Meaning understanding. Those are the ears that shall hear. That he's talking about, not just the physical ears, just to hear a sound, meaning your mind, understanding. What is that? John chapter 1, when it speaks about the light shine up in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. You go into the word comprehend, it means to grab hold with your mind. Simply just means to understand. That's why this is a secret. That's why this is hidden to a lot of people.
And David said, let their table be made a snare.
You read Psalm 69. That's a prayer of King David. He prayed that majority of our people wouldn't get this. Mainly in these times right now, because this is the fulfillment of these scriptures. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened.
Let their eyes be darkened.
Right. You can't see what's ahead. The boy put a heavy spirit of slumber. He pretty much snared the inhabitants of America, man. See, the famine is going to come as a thief in the night. Yet, there's a lot of news circulation that supports it. But the people are preoccupied with the folly of the city. But that's the perfect temperature for the Lord. Because see, the Lord been misrepresented. He's been presented as some kind, friendly, gentle power, which ultimately provokes the people. It compels you to go off, man. See? That's why up in these churches, they give you a lot of song and dance, but it's a harder house. Because there's no standard there. The fear of the Lord is not taught. Matter of fact, somebody give me Psalm 34. That power is alive and well, man. And he's poised to pounce on America. See? And everything is set up perfectly, man. Right? You feel the pulse on the planet Earth. They're thumbing their nose up at the God of the Bible. You got the LGBTQ, XYZ. Right? Scriptures clearly state things that's lawful, off limits, such as what you eat. But they'll package it to you, right? They'll say Christianity, sweet Jesus forgave you for that. And they give you license, right, to be a rebel. See? But America facilitates that. See? Outside of the discipline of wisdom and walking under the ordinance and obedience of the Most High. Come on. Hey, to the best of your ability, because none of us perfect.
The book of Psalm 34 and 11. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord.
See, I will teach you the fear of the Lord. That's why you got men up here with missile sound. And your pastor can't quote that precept because he's teaching about what? He's galvanizing the true right. He should be a watchman, man. At a time like this, because they about to shut down the streets, they about to shut down America, right? The Lord about to move into the phase of what's that, Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, man, right? Right, what's that, time of Jacob's trouble, man. See, and you can't say that this is out of the realm of the possibility of the Most High, the God of the Bible, because this is how he really moves. It says these people, they pretty much distorted the image, man. They gave you an image, right? Y'all got Cesare out here too? Like that, this finna really ruffle. They gave you this guy, right? That's at the clock. You got this guy right here, man. Which he's a replica of that's Caesar Borgia. You can't fool us. That he go back to the son of Rodrigo. Pope. The Borgia family. They're known as the first crime family, man. So what they did, they whitewashed, they covered the faces of the judges. Because psychologically, that's how you get someone with images. So they took down the image of Yahawashi, right? The patriarchs of the Bible, right? And they gave you these images, but it was all set up in the spirit because he would have to have his time to rule. With the scriptures, this man's biblical nationality is the nation of healing. See? So you got people, they worship that. No, that's a stumbling block.
I see a lot of these churches have this image up in there.
Right.
And if you're looking for a church, and that's the ultimate proof that the Lord is in the house.
Right.
Because it's a building and everybody's warm inside.
Right.
But yet they teaching up this man. They teaching up the same doctrines that came out of this. We privy to a slave Bible that was given alongside of this. It was a slave Bible.
Right.
Which took out words of elect or deliverance, salvation. So come to find out, we were just going into
Your enemies, captivity.
Exactly. This is what our enemies did.
Right. Yeah.
It's the proof that, and now this still reigns in society.
Right.
The image you might not see this image too much, but it has already sunk into the mind.
Right.
It's already did the damage.
And when you awoke, he looked like a creepy guy. I wouldn't open the door for him at 3 in the morning.
Right.
Like the door for Resident 5. Right. Speak up. And he's a symbol of the ones who conquered us. To show how far from grace these people have fallen, we have somewhat become desensitized and grown to serve sympathy for our oppressor. See? They refer to it as Stockholm syndrome. Yep, come on.
It's Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Right, he covered the faces of the judges. That's why, like, if you go into history, like ancient frescoes, busts, paintings, for the most part, the true images was taken away and covered with those images. Even in movies, because it's not reserved only to paintings. You go watch a period piece by Moses, who playing Moses? Right? Right. Everybody. But you can overlook that small, it'll look like a small detail, but it was a move executed to play on the psyche of the people. See, the devil is really Esau. That's the deceiver. Go ahead.
It's like what's that term? Iconoclast.
Yeah,
That's
iconoclast.
the term.
But that's in the scriptures. That's in the records. Is that First Maccabees? Come on.
It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And they laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Read that part again.
It says, First Maccabees 3 and 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Right, the heathen. Number one heathen being so-called right. He laid open the book of the law. Ultimately, what he did, he sought to paint his likeness. Because you can't hit the concept, like when he conquered Israel, he was brought over as captive, thus fulfilling biblical prophecy by your enemies. He couldn't tell you, look, the son of the Most High looked like you. He couldn't play on that. Because he had to take away even your hope. And because when you read the scriptures, the Lord left a cause for us. The Lord said, if you turn to the east and pray to him, he'll deliver us from our captives, man. See, our people, they were swinging low, sweet chariot. Right? That proves that they was Israelites. But ultimately, the Lord had, he hid himself at that point. But now we're in the time of the Lord's favor. But to be brought back into his grace is through something as subtle as wisdom. See? That's how the Lord chose to keep the 2/3 amongst our people away. The answer when the sister asked, why it ain't too many people? Right? Because the Lord, this is how can I say, this is well thought out. Right? Because you know in times past, churches, they be passing out pamphlets. They don't care. Come one, come all. They even play on come as you are. Right? See? Because it's a money game, numbers thing. With the more heads naturally, right?
So what led to that is, what led to that was that 501c3
Oh, yeah, yeah.
establishment that gives them tax exemption. But in order to have that, you got to go along the guidelines that the government set up.
Right.
Because church and state had always been separate up until that tax exempt status.
Right.
So now these churches was what's the word? It's commission based. They was incentivized to have a larger group because all of that money coming in is now tax exempt. They can keep it all. So of course you're gonna want to bring more people in. The message got watered down now to apply, be friendly world friendly to the
because they
masses.
can't teach the Bible in its veracity. When you sign those agreements, covenants, you can't teach the Bible in its truth. Really, at the forefront, the centerpiece is waking these people up. That goes against the agenda of the so-called Bible. That's why he referred to you as, when you look at this sign, you got the corporate names on this side, right?
There's a corporate name on that side.
The corporate names on this side. This the true biblical names of the children of Israel.
Never went to a church to see that.
Oh no. You ain't never heard about the Israelites or the tribes. You don't hear about the forefathers. They talk about Jesus all day. It's somebody in the pew that got nothing to do with nothing either other than the name of Jesus. But they speak nothing of the promises and the inheritance and the lineage. But the reason why I want to bring that up, because when you read Matthew, the 1st chapter, it breaks down Yahawashi whole genealogy. So why wouldn't that be an important component as touch of properly presenting the Bible? No, they play on your emotions. They're going to bring a dance team out, and they're going to be creepier guys, creepy guys in the back. It's a culture of death, man.
Gentlemen.
Right, because you know, God don't be like that. And that's what, man, objective, right? You know what I'm saying?
It got broken down.
Right.
It's the evidence. The church can do no more. They can't. They can't. That's it. As long as the money's coming in, that's how the church is incentivized to make that money.
Right. She a part of the church. No, what? She was wired to say, why here?
Yeah.
Why in a secret place? Why not where everybody?
Right. Make that money.
Right. Yeah, let's get that money. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all can really do numbers if
Right.
I can do something with y'all. She was an
Right.
agent.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah.
Scouts out, do passing.
Said somebody deacon, she said, oh, all right.
But you know what? With the Spirit, she was deep because she couldn't say that. You know?
They had to sit down.
Yeah, she had to sit down. And you know what? May the Lord, man. Just equal. See, wait, that's Spirit right now. I was just about to say. May the Lord, increase her. See from Christ. And she spoke on the way out, man.
That's the president. Passing.
Right, yeah. What about the 12 tribes of Israel? We're going to have that one like, let's go see motherfuckers on walking talking. Like fresh, nigga. Oh, yeah, don't be a big nigga. Get to the white dress.
Get this out of here.
Yeah, you know, hey, through the Spirit, man, the world is about to witness something, bro. Y'all about to witness something they never saw. The Lord set you up in a place where He's going to assure that. Look how the Americans move. All right, look at how the Americans are set up. It's a spirit of mirth. You expect a nigga get an attitude when you tell him happy birthday, man. Right? You see the mentality? They want to, right? They want balloons and flowers. Man, the Lord like, man, love.
Like you own the entitlement,
Right.
you own something.
Right.
It's my birthday, nigga.
Right.
Celebrate.
Yeah, you owe me a gesture of comfort, right? Yeah, make it happy in this bitch for me. I want to send balloons, motherfucker. Right, man. I hate niggas, man.
They don't want to do the work.
Oh, when that nigga game, I don't know if y'all remember. I put up a curse on that nigga, man. He uploaded a video, man. He waddling in his sorrow. I'm like, what's wrong, man? Man, it's my birthday and nobody told me happy birthday. See, but the Lord set you up for a great fall. You damn near expecting mercy. You see, the Lord created us. We getting off on watching animal videos, right? Damn otter. I've been, yeah, they be fucking them fish up too, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it from a, right? Take them off and rip them off the head off. That's what they did to that lady. Her shirt was like the young dog, But yeah, the Lord grooming us, right? Becoming stone. And I'm gonna say, man, that was spiritual, bro. The guy said, pocket from the stone. We were speaking about the secret place of the Most High. You know? And the Lord used that woman to come up so we could further expound on that. She asked the question, why over here? Why in this pocket? The guy answered, the angel, in the spirit, because he was a messenger. He put a message out. He said, look, and she asked the little short little pocket. He rolled up and said, I got a pocket from the stone. Here in Jim.
Because she ain't got the ears to hear.
Right.
You know, that's her.
That shows that even being in public, you're still in the pocket, you're still private.
Right, yeah.
As long as you ain't in no church, they deem it as you in the private.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Here we are in the public. Not in the building.
But it's still hidden from
Yes, we are. And that's how y'all can testable. They call them the jewels. That's like in a pocket, you know. But within it is life.
It is in the pocket.
But they actually call them stones.
Cuz.
What's the book? Is that Numbers? Right? Yeah, that's like a treasure, a bag, you know. Life. So this is a bag of stones.
private.
Yeah, private. Oh, wow. Come on, stop it, man. Y'all come on, look. Oh, my goodness.
The sheep and
Hey, but that's it. It's actually called that. Private.
Hidden area.
Yeah, hidden.
Hidden.
sheep and his pastors are men.
You make sure everybody, that's covered, you know? Hey, you know what? There's just more and more incentive to constantly thank the Lord. Because it's far beyond this lifetime. That's another thing to think about. Right? The Lord promised here in the latter days, remember Job, in my flesh I shall see my Redeemer. So that's placing the Redeemer at the scene of the crime. It'll be at the end. You will be able to possess the Redeemer in his fullness. We couldn't lay hold of Yahawashi now, man. To be honest. Or remember we saw Mary Magdalene? She couldn't even lay hold on him.
True.
She couldn't hold fast to him. He said, I have not ascended. But now when you look at that definition in Comforter, it says after the ascension.
True.
Right? Then the Spirit come down. Now you can embrace your house. Nowhere in the world you have been able to hold fast to this information without that transaction. See? Yeah, that means like I said, boy, damn, Yep.
I got some. It's Acts 17 and 24. It says, the Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is the Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right there, man. Lord not dealing with a temple made with hands. Why? Let's dive into it. Look at how the temple was created. That was all by design, right? Even in the spirit, even when Yahawashi, that even Yahawashi, when you had the bill on it, right? Two of them, like that's too bad. Just like the Lord did that, bro. Hey man, we're in a beautiful position. Come on. Like to witness the works of Yahawashi now, man. Yeah, man. And there's somebody like what the hell is private, man. You witnessing the works of the Most High, man. And because that's how the ministry always was. Remember when even when John was teaching, when Yahawashi popped up, the ministry was made aware. But you had to be on the level. Right? Because Yahawashi didn't float, he didn't descend there. Oh yeah, the spirit did. Take that when they go to the what? Supreme power. Man, hey man. Call on Yahawashi now. That's all it is. Hey, because we got to get ready for what's about to happen. See? And there's going to be moments because the Lord's so beautiful. Brothers on their own. But you're going to see something so heavy, that's going to hold you down. But it's going to be moments like, and I'm speaking in the spirit, speaking as a man, but it's going to be moments, I believe, where you're going to say, damn, I wish I could have told the brother this. But the Lord's so cold, everything has to be dispersed in its season properly and sufficient for the receiving of it. Remember when some heard the voice in thunder and some heard, right? The Lord said, look, that was for your benefit. So you're going to have certain spirit, right? Brothers going to have certain things happen for your benefit. It wasn't for you to study about it.
Your faith.
Right. Your person. Right? That's how it's going to go down in a lot of cases. Man. You're going to be sufficed by that act. It's going to be so heavy. I'm hungry and sad that you look up 3 loaves of, fish. No, it's 5 loaves of barley bread, right? It's actually there, man. And how would you, how you would love to have told that, put that on video. But spirit, that moment is for you, man. You rejoice. Bro, the reason why I brought it up, because look at what we're seeing now. Nobody can really deny the fact in this era that we've been seeing things, man. Through spirit, bro. What we just saw was super spirit.
Good.
I'm shot cold, bro. That's all. You know. Yeah, for real. Because we could have took it there, you know. But that's what it is.
All I have in this world.
Yeah, so the Lord great, man. Right? We eat. That's a part of eating. Being at the feast of Yahawashi, we've been sufficed and comforted by things. See that? Lord, beautiful, man.
I said we've been comforted. Went into the word. The definition says get a deeper understanding. You know what I'm saying? We seeing below the surface. You know, a person will see something and be like, what you talking about?
Right.
Why y'all did that? Because you seeing it on the surface level. But the spirit dealing with you, it allows you to see it beneath the surface. Meaning what? You see the real reason why this man, you know what I mean? A person that did, what are you talking about? Just got on orange shoes.
That was just a horn blow.
Yeah, exactly. But no, you see the spiritual meaning behind it.
Crash.
You see the spiritual meaning behind it, meaning you see the real reason why I said this, man. And that's what the Holy Spirit does. see the real meaning why America, needs to be destroyed. Rest of our people don't see it, right? What you talking about? Yeah, that's wicked,
They don't have that eyesight.
They don't have that eyesight. Beautiful. Beautiful. They don't have that eyesight. And that was the Most High done, man. But he gave it to us in the form of a secret, though. That's why it's precious.
Right.
Everybody can't get it.
Because you could have had countless of people with Bible.
Right.
They wouldn't have been able to they wouldn't have been able to tap into what we was experiencing. Right? They wouldn't have been able to make sense of that. They wouldn't have been able to enter into that realm.
That's it. Into that realm.
And what makes it so beautiful is that all these men are from different walks of life. We all gently come from, we all can identify with broken homes, or, but ultimately, these are different individuals. You don't even have to be from a different walk of life to have, you got a different mind. I can't jump in your head and rewire, your comprehension. So for all these men, you can see the spirit on the brothers was excited, genuinely excited about that sign. I'm going to receive that as a sign. Oh, not just that one, even the first guy. He said he got a pocket full of stones. Then the guy came back with the physical,
Real talk.
right, replica of it, right? Pocket full of stones. That's what Tim said. That was it. Yeah. Why all the bags? Like, what's up with that? Why now?
This is the book of Wisdom, Solomon, chapter 1, verse 2. It says, "For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and show himself unto such as do not distrust him." But if I made this, the Lord showing himself by the way of, us, giving us this understanding of his word. But even, these spiritual signs talk about the spiritual man, judge of all things. So that's the Lord communicate, but the Lord gave us the discernment to, show us these things that, we see it, You see 144, we talking about certain topics, and some will represent that topic, pass by. You gotta acknowledge that, man.
Like confirmation.
Right.
And the Lord don't gotta do that.
Right.
Because we already stepped out on faith, being that we already here. We came out. It just all happened. He just going to keep giving us confirmation and confirmation. And it helps to have. Remember the scripture said they were mixed with faith. So everything's mixed with faith, man.
Concerning that spiritual armor, they talk about the first thing you should require, said above all, is taking the shield of faith, man. Before you put your helmet and all that, they talk about grabbing that shield first. The shield of faith. That's
Starting point.
yeah. It says it's impossible to please him without it.
And I made sure that proved that this is the same ministry because the disciples remember the scriptures tell you in Luke 24 how they remember. Matter of fact, can we get that? I know it's in one with the two brothers, but jump up to like 8. Because there was certain things that Yahawashi spoke of, that something would happen, and later on, the disciples will remember that Yahawashi spoke about it. And that completed that, right, that wisdom, that teaching moment, right? Because ultimately you see it too, and that cements the teaching moment. Right, it don't, that's beautiful. It doesn't go out void. So it's one thing the Lord speaking to you, you internalize it, but then show you. That's the phase we're in. And look, hunker down is going to be a whole lot more. Right? To the pure joy of us believers. We're going to be, that's going to really be comfortable. Right? So real quick before we do this.
The book of St. Luke 24, verse 8. And they remembered his words and returned from the sepulchre and told all these things unto the 11 and to all the rest.
Right, see? And there's other cases of where something happened and the disciples, they'll say, oh, right? Yahawashi, matter of fact, you can find one of those counts as well. Come on, yeah, but you see, right, they remember those words, in which when you continue in Luke 24, that goes into the brothers, I think it's Cleophas, remember the two.
Oh, Khan, yeah. Khan,
They,
yeah. Halalyam seen
Yep. On
on the path.
he resurrected.
Khan.
And that whole thing was pretty much about reporting. And even in that story, remember, they said, oh, didn't his words burn within us? So they knew that those were the words of Yahawashi. So everything is like on the back end. You get the seed planted, then you see the results on the back end. The Lord speak these things, and we see the miracle. Think not this thing will just fizzle out. Prepare to see the miracle. Yep. Come on, did you find another one?
Con. This is St. John chapter 2. And I started at 19. It said, Yahawashi answered and said unto them, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Then said the Jews, 40 and 6 years was the temple in building. 40 and 6 years was the temple in building, and without rear it up in 3 days. But he spake of the temple of his body. When therefore he was risen from the dead, his disciples remembered that he said this unto them.
See that? So after he was risen from the dead, then it clicked. See, so that's how wisdom works, man. Now, you can place us at the scene of that same crime because it's not just after he had risen. You can't say just because it's 2,000 years.
Right.
You can't say, well, it don't apply to us. No, it's still after. Right? So, brother, that time or 2,000 years after he risen, the men of the Lord were remembering those words that the Lord is complimented with signs. See? And there's always something that's a token is a reminder. Right? A token, that sign is a reminder. Oh, you know what? The Lord said that. See?
Proverbs 3:13-15. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that canst desire are not to be compared unto her.
Right. That's talking about wisdom. A certain wisdom. We possess that. True light, I say that humbly. Right? Through the favor of our power, man. See? So there's nothing that can compare to this experience. When you experience these signs and certain things. Oh, another one, I don't know if you brothers remember the brother in the wheelchair? He had the same demeanor, right? Older Jake, he was in the wheelchair. We speak about chariots. But we were actually looking up. We was looking at a cloud or something. Speaking about the chariots. And this guy, he was in the wheelchair. He was going backwards. The spirit got on him and said, hold up, that's a wheel. That's a wheel, you know? And if you really wanted to drive that home, because chariots is known as wheels. What better way to bring a wheel to sheriff, man? Right?
Oh, he had the sword in his hand.
Oh, that's right. The guy had the sword. What was the sword? It was, the brothers had looked it up.
It was like a knight sword, but it was broken.
Wow.
It was broken.
Wow. Yeah. And that was, he saw it, he had it, and one of you brothers called it out. I forgot about it. Somebody, they recognized the sword. Okay,
yeah, the dragon had the sword,
yeah. Right, yeah, it had a dragon on it, man.
Broken.
Right? Now, to anybody else, that, that don't make no sense. It don't apply to nothing. But to us, man, that was spiritual, man. We truly believe that was an angel. And that comforts us. Wow. That's what you really want to see, that mercy, Things pertaining to mercy, man. That's what we fight for. Yep. I feel like you read. You doing that?
It's John 6:33. 16 and 4. It says, but these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you.
Wow.
You mentioned how the comforter only was to come after the Lord sent him. And it did come. And they noticed and remembered. Again, a lot of things you remembered again of Yahawashi. From this point on, as the more precepts you reading and the more understanding you got, it gives you value later on, because it's like an investment. Because later on, it's going to be when that moments of joy start coming out, right? Now you're feeling amazing. And here it is, we spoke about that. Oh, okay, we spoke about this very moment that we're gonna feel joy later on, and even that gonna be another remembrance of, man, we spoke about that. So when the thing actually happens, you feel good about it. And also, the loaves of bread, and however, the Lord feeding you and family, all these things coming out in the future tense, when they actually happen, man, we're gonna rejoice it even at this moment here. Yeah, man, the mind frame of the elect is completely different in times of judgment and famine, because the Lord keep preserving us, and then we feel it. We feel it. It ain't like, oh yes, good luck. Nah, we feel that connection directly to the Heavenly Father. That yeah, He did that for us.
Experience. We experiencing it, right? We actually walking in the light. I believe. Well, that could be applied. We are on the side. Patient working experience. So, yeah, we actually experiencing the Most High work. We are that work. You see? Yeah, we are actually that work. Right? That's in the book of is that Psalms work of thy hands. Some of it. If you can find it, to bring it out. Yeah, this work, the house. We are the actual stones. See, so we are the work. See? Through us, faith is on display. Through us, there's actually spirits believing on the report. Through us, there's men that brought the report. Right? It's all happening through us. Our brothers been held with sickness. The prayers go up, and they got a testimony. I was healed within 5 minutes. That's through us. See?
Prayers and pierced the clouds.
Right.
God, this is the book of Psalm 145 and Salah.
And that let you know the power of Israel when we in sync. The power first, the power of prayer, and then believing. Not just put forth a prayer and just, put forth prayer with faith, man, because you believe it. That's the power.
Right.
The belief. But in sequence. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, that's heavy, man. Get results. That's heavy.
Now, hold up. The mere fact is men out there teaching. We out here teaching. The scriptures say what in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. I've set up the apostle last who will be inspected. See? So here we are with cameras, because this captures the very essence of perspective. Perspective is to be gazed upon. What other way you can do that than cameras? See? But we actually live in it. See? So it's heavy just being, you are the work of it. You are actually that work in motion.
Faith shall flourish.
Yeah.
Part of that work.
Flourish, yeah.
But with that truth shall, you know what I'm talking about? Secondary sin. Right.
Truth is I've been saying all
Right. Without fruit shall be declared.
Yeah.
Right? We're part of that work. We're part of that process. Faith shall flourish.
Somebody got to see the miracle. Somebody got to be the beneficiary, all right? The beneficiary, if you will, of a miracle. Right? That's everything. Think about it, man. There's nowhere to escape the presence of Yahawah. You are part of the work itself. Whether, and we really signed up to a heavy lot, man. Not just the teachers, but the believers, everybody You've been briefed concerning the story. Wow, the ministry. You're a part of something that's way out there, bro. Right? And ultimately, you're gonna actually be the recipient of 3 loaves. You're gonna, I believe that the Spirit. That wasn't good enough for nothing. You're gonna know that was sent from Yahawashi, the way it's numbered. Right? In a lot of cases. I believe in the Spirit, you know? Oh, because even remember, was it Elijah and with the widow, and they had so much of oil, meal, and famine, and it kept restoring itself. Well, how could that apply now? With brothers with the gas, for an example. It's a reason why you got a leader, the cockroach up here, but there's a reason why you got a leader with floor. I'm just saying in the Spirit, I can believe one of those ways you're kept. You have to get somewhere with no gas, but then it stays at the water the whole time. You can't say, well, hold up, that has nothing to do with the body. There's some gas tank, but no. Right? Going to the story of Elijah, they had, the Lord said it was a fool, they kept the half of that. See?
The same Lord stayed the day, right? Kept the sun in the sky for
All right, yes.
a certain amount of period, longer than
The battle was with the battle. Right. Yeah. Sun can go down. That was spiritual too. That was spiritual. Right? You go to the wilderness. Lord controls what you have access to. Remember the scripture speaks about the sun and moon not going down on? Right. So the Lord is controlling it on all levels, whether the sun physically stay up without. Yeah. They probably part of the name of
Psalm 145 and 10, it says, all thy works shall praise thee,
Yep.
O Lord.
Read that again.
All thy works shall praise thee.
See, we are those works. Because technically every creation was created by the Most High, but do they praise him? No. Even with a Bible, they'll utter the word of Jesus Christ. Like this, right there, yeah. Sit down, boom, yeah. Well, I had a precept if I asked you, could you get, you know what I mean? Brother, answer. Through Abraham, all nations, all. Yes, all. Now, I do have a lexicon for all, I know. No, they don't praise the Lord. Only the works was built. And it's heavy when you think about it. You have to be creative. The Lord has to give you clearance to praise him. You think about these people in the world, iconic figures, if you will, they desire fame. The apostles went into that a while back, years back, that word fame. That's where you get the word standing. You're hungry for attention. Right? So you have, people, they don't give a damn who praise. It's praise. But the Most High, he's like, look, you got to be worthy to praise.
Oh.
That's a whole other level.
That's a whole different level, man.
Right? Because look at the great creations. If he needed his ego stroke, he would have let everybody know what's up.
He made everybody know.
Yeah. No, Yahawah outside. You got to be creative. You got to be worthy to praise me. You got to get my name in your mouth and to praise. You got to be worthy to suffer for me. You got to be worthy to come out here and stand on the block and get cussed out. You ain't worthy to do that unless you did it.
Shit.
That's how the Lord look at it. You got to be worthy to catch hell for me and all that. Because what it yields forth is something you can't comprehend. And I'm going to go back to it. The first initial thing is the deliverance. Just experiencing that, bro.
Good.
Look, everybody loved the feeling of being brought out of a jail.
Good.
Right? Because that's the, if you just got something, it's cool. But your most genuine reaction
When you get out of jail.
is to be brought out of the jam with it.
Good.
You can't, there's no other feeling in that. So how about this time is gonna be bleak?
Oh,
You brought out the ultimate jam.
hold on.
It's gonna ignite a feeling within you never felt. The ultimate jam. Right? Because what stun can't beat that. But then what lies at the other end of the deliverance? Yahawashi. See? Come on. What's up? What? And that lets you know it's not you who delivering it. Because this body, you know, you got all these pounds. You couldn't jump.
Took it right on my.
No.
No. Took it right on my mouth. Just say gravity is.
Gravity, that's it, gravity. That's the change.
That's a change.
Or darkness.
That's it.
That's it. You're being held back. And that's gonna be the time a nigga gonna wanna jump. If it was ever a time you wanted to fly, then the Lord gonna bring that together perfectly. And you're gonna appreciate the gravity. You're gonna know what the chains of darkness is then.
Good.
When you held back from escaping that fire. But then there's gonna be certain spirits that gonna start levitating. See? And that's the works of the Most High, because it ain't gonna be just anybody floating up. See? Because a deep nigga, I think, oh shit, scientifically, the missile, right, yeah, it's causing the gravity to, right, that's only the works will say that's how it's shot. Count the words. Only the works will praise. Oh, and that's the heavy. That's heavy. That links up to if you link scarcity. That's the works praising him in his perfection.
It's John 4:22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
Right.
We know what we worship, for salvation is of the truth.
Good.
He said, okay, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit.
See, that's the work. That's the work of the hand of the Most High. Again, everything is the work of the Most High, but spiritually, the work is the house of David. Those ruins being brought back up. Remember, Yahawashi promoted that. That was a touchy subject. That actually got Yahawashi. I want to say it like that because you know the Lord have power, bro. We know this. But remember, because I had to say that in the spirit, you feel it? Because Yahawashi even told him, "Pilate, look, right? This was mine." So I just want to qualify it. What got the ball rolling with that whole temple thing? Rebuilding that temple. That was the work of the Most High, man. Right? Because those works will start stirring things up. Just as those stones, remember Yahawashi said, look, these stones will start crying out. And that would have been a conflict because they were saying, cause those stones, they were saying, cause the people to stop with this praising it, man. So now, this temple is out here, be praising Yahawashi. That's provoking the Lord to send his son. Kiss the son.
Going back to what you were just saying,
Yeah, but we can do that.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and 16, it says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Hamashiach shall..."
A two singers are saying this. That's it.
It says, "And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first." That's the point. "Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with him."
And remain. See, that cancels out these guys who came with these doctrines coming up against us. Because technically the position you're coming from is not the one who remains. See, guys don't be thinking, man. Like just say if I came out in the blue with some situation and I started teaching something, now I have positioned myself where I'm not the guy who remained. Because it was something I came into. You can't say we didn't remain, but we still teaching what was taught, no matter how much you don't like. But you was positioned, You the one, if you have to go back and look, okay, I got the, look, I don't give a damn, I don't care who you are. I'm going by where you positioned at. You're not here no more, so that means you didn't remain. I love, if you was given explicit instructions to wait right here. Matter of fact, go real quick to, go to Jonah real quick. That spirit on that right heck out. You folks be sitting here on this doctrine waiting on the missiles, man. Now you somewhere else.
Literally.
Right. And the scripture also say what? Being assured of who you learned it from.
Right.
So that takes, now, how you incorporate yourself into that? You gotta be the offender. Because you gotta continue what you were taught. I don't give a damn how much you're gonna sit. You just better pray about it. Right? Yeah, you better pray. You better fast. Right, you better go on the fast, nigga. But you out, you don't have a big Coca-Cola sign from cup. Oh, shit. Yeah, cows on. We're walking the cows on. And that nigga probably smell like
Tombstone. Tombstone.
Look at John the chapter.
well, that's the spectrum. That's the spectrum.
That's it, man. Feel them.
See the problem? We are the works of the Most High.
That's the word. And that was a good point. What model how to be a spectacle? Have a camera.
Yeah, have a camera. What other way to create
Come on.
a setting for a spectacle?
Hey, that's that abundance.
Right. And the tripod is dramatized. Right? Because it was a level where you actually had some brothers still got the working man camera, but what dramatizes is the tripod.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you visit other camps, you hit the corner, you see the tripod. That's the spectacle, man.
Women say, I know I'm on the East Coast because I'm
Oh,
across
yeah,
it, but
yeah.
Look at the Hebrew.
Yeah. Right.
She had to get a video
Right.
of that to prove.
That's the spectacle, man. That's the work.
I think it was a brother.
Yeah, I believe that was the brother, yeah. Yeah, because one thing, you see those, the great millstone, it's just like that, like different stones. The garment, multicolored, yeah. Joseph Color, yeah. No, come on, you understand? That's a
No, I
great
was just thinking about it. Yeah, Joseph had a dream about the multicolored garment.
Yeah. That's like wisdom too. Wisdom color,
Colors of the stone.
like multicolored. Everybody got their own portion.
Good.
Yeah, gems are, yeah. Yeah, 12 tribes.
Colors of the stone. Yeah, colors of the stone of the tribe.
Right.
The thing about it,
That's of the world.
Yeah,
it said, what is it? 1 Corinthians 12th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Diversity of gifts, different colors, but all the same spirit.
All the same. Yeah, that one light hits those different
Diversity.
souls.
Yeah, God.
That what it is. And it emanates. You see the different color from,
Is there one diverse from another?
yeah. That's what it is.
That's it.
Good.
That's it.
Good.
How about it? Oh, that's those beautiful. That's those beautiful. What's that? I believe that's Malachi. I made them cool. Right? So the Lord really got us on display. Right? These my jewels. Yeah, brothers got their own governments. You don't even know that was the Lord. You thought you was into that.
Right.
But that was the Lord was into that look. I wanted the end brother to have that tan on.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. All this is the work of the Lord.
Man, that's wild.
Every person, what's that? You got your own identity.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
You know, DNA, everybody DNA is different sequence.
Good.
Light hit you look that way, light hit me.
Yeah.
But it's the same light though.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Everybody look like a different stone chain. Everybody's on stone.
Hey, world is each other.
Yeah. Living color. Living color.
Oh, that's it, man. That's it.
Crazy.
Because these groups, they all black or all blue. Right? Everybody got little t-shirts.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, robotic. Right. Here it's different flavors. Right? You see brothers, brothers go out You got brothers from age 60 to age 18, 19. And that the world marvel at that. Look how these guys, what the hell could possibly tie it all them together?
That eliminates that Willie Lynch whole theory that he came from the West Indies with. What is it? How to make a slave?
Yeah. And these niggas is the results, right, of America. See? And we not gonna teach you. Like, we gonna sit around and teach a nigga. You got to scrap antsy. You trying to hold him down and tell him about the scriptures. Man, we gonna blend in. We gonna look like we of the world and walk by. Yep, come on. Right?
Start rapping out loud.
Yes, sir.
What up, gang? And that hear you said that, man. I seen one so bad. And you won't believe where I was. I'm in downtown Homewood. You know how they got Homewood. I couldn't believe it though. I couldn't believe it. It's downtown Homewood. All of a sudden, I hear something. I look to the corner. I'm talking about he was extreme. I've never seen one like this. This boy, I'm talking about. And I said it, right. And he'll stop. Remember as I said it, I'm talking about loud.
Yeah, that's like a sick, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the dog with the main.
Yeah, that's what it is. Foaming in the mouth.
Yep, foaming in the mouth. You don't call the patrol like fuck that. It's just crazy dog out there. And you know what I'm gonna say about man? It might sound harsh because you have these niggas, they play on the emotions of Israel. Them your brothers, you know. But you know what? That's the Lord. That's the Lord pretty much making mockery of you. It tells you that in Proverbs, I will laugh at the calamity. And your calamities is upon you now. Where's your cover? That's someone naked, that's when you start mocking. Oh, you that guy. So that's the first step. You got no cover. So you start mocking. See? So that's the Lord. You know how y'all handle the Lord, man? Y'all gave up the Halalyam. First you gave up all the prophets who was sent as ambassadors. Then you gave up the Halalyam. Yep. So now the Lord instead of mocking you, he's gonna be terrified, man. Yep, come on, you got something? Come on, you had something?
I had something from talking about the stone.
Come on, man.
Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. Birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to the farm.
Yeah, speckled diversity with the Lord. See? From the nationalities, the age, you know, you might have a certain group that's an age limit. You know, you gotta be 21, you know. Oh yeah. That nigga out here, emotional. Now he'll put the heat on him. That nigga don't cause him to survive with it. Demon on him like he'll put 100 bands on him. Dang. Which, no, you can't touch us no way, but I'm saying, what emanates from these men is death. Because look, man, this is not their heart. It's given the knowledge. You got to learn it, continue in it, and hope to the end. That's it. Yep, come on.
Jonah chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, so Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city, and there made him a booth and sat
Yeah,
under
we looked at that word booth. That's the house. Right?
and sat under it.
That's the work. See, that's the work of the Lord. Right?
And sat under it in the shadow till he.
So a shadow is like a matter of fact. Let's see that word again right there. We know what it ultimately represents. It's a belief. One. But also, it can be likened to like a secret.
Because that word shadow, Strong's 8, 67, 38. Shadow, shade. shade as protection. It says, put y'all down in the Strong's, it says shade, defense,
No,
shadow.
right. Yep, that's like a secret place. Defending. That's why walls is synonymous with defense. Because the wall is just like clothes. You go into the armor of the Most High, that's like a wall. You know, it covers you. These ancient cities, you couldn't see them but the wall, man. We had to enter into the city. Enter into the gates of the city. Why? Because the walls hid it, protected it. See? So he was in that protected place, Jonah. And while he was there, what was he doing? Let's go back.
God, it says, so Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city, and there made him a booth and sat under it in the shadow till he might see what would become of the city.
Right, so he was driven by anticipation. Sitting in his booth and he was waiting to see what would come of the city. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
To expect is to anticipate.
That's also 2 Peter 3, right? Looking for new heavens and a new earth. That word "look" when we go into it, one of the definitions is anticipate. So that put us in good company with Jonah. Jonah wasn't there saying, "Oh no," he was waiting on the outcome of the city. So much more. So he got mad when it didn't, and that's the spirit right there. Right, so hey, when we hear certain things, sometimes it might not materialize. You be like, fuck, man. I thought it was gonna crash then. Something deep down in. We'll be pissed if this place is not restored. Right? So you see why Jonah was out there. Now when you go into it, the Lord says, look, there's people in there who don't know their right hands from their left. Some don't know that. I got, why should I visit them? But that was like the elect. He had to wait for some. Matter of fact, I believe it's down in there to it again.
Father, forgive them.
Right, I think that's it.
Jonah chapter 4, verse 11. And should not I spare Nineveh, that great city, wherein are more than 6,000
Right, he
persons?
wasn't saying he was just spare them, period. It was just for the time being. Right?
Wherein are more than 6,000 persons that cannot discern between their right hand and their left.
Right, so what if you read between the lines, that means they had to be presented with a way out first. So ultimately, the word had to go out. Right? Just like now, the Lord had, before the destruction, the word got to go out for the elect to be sealed. But you know, for the most part, they all got destroyed because they wasn't supposed to know. Right, so you see where the connection. So before the Lord pretty much sprang into action with destroying this place in its totality, the elect had to be sealed, the ministry had to go forth. See? But that don't mean in no wise the Lord is slack concerning his promise. No, the Lord is not slack. How about you outside going to proceed forth with the visitation and overall destruction of America? And it can look like, hey, because let's say, remember the guy who said, I remember that message 30 years ago. The guy he confronted up. Let's say you might have someone who remember seeing the apostle way back pre-camera. Right? Now they see this thing still going. That can contribute. It's either one way the pendulum can swing. Either you're going to say, you know what? That's steadfast. I believe that. Based upon, right, there's constant coming, like the parables. Or either you're going to say, ain't that going to materialize from that? You've been hanging around too long, ain't nothing happened yet. But you don't understand. That's the same effect with the Nineveh, man. Don't mean that the Lord ain't going to get around to you. It's just what? Through the ordinance of perfection, the word had to go out. This riches, the Lord had to stun on it. Right? This word had to go forth, show you what real light looked like. Real wisdom, then destroy you. That's why the scripture says, then they shall know.
No, that I don't know.
Just going back on that Nineveh, 2 Peter 3 and 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. And some men count slackness,
Right.
but is long suffering to usward.
Hey, if I may, right? The building of the temple is not slack. It's not like, the work is in progress. So this is not a slack thing, like you don't hear from the Israelites for 2 years. No, this thing rolling. Because that's what happened with like a lot of you Afrocentric niggas. You have to go to some theater where they rent it out and then about projectors and shit. And a pyramid, right? Gates. Man, no fucking head gonna explode. I couldn't sit through this shit. Oh yeah, man. I'll go to sleep. Yeah. Niggas not wearing goddamn deodorant. Yeah, too much oil.
If I start naming names, there could like Last in the Past. Remember the dude Sarah said?
Oh yeah, that.
It's like a constant thing with that game with the Sonnet and everything. You ain't heard from them, man. They could disappear for years.
They're gone. Yeah, so that couldn't be the work the Lord was talking about. The Lord said his work is, the Lord said he's not slack. That means it will be a certain sense of urgency. Whether we doing videos out on the streets again. See?
It says, but it's long suffering to usward,
Right,
not willing that any should perish.
right. That's talking about any of the elect. See, remember the same sentiment with Jordan.
But that all should come to repentance.
Right, all of the elect. See? Lord got a beautiful way of doing it. And like the older woman who came up from Missouri, who knows, man? She could have been a believer in Yahawashi. She never disrupted it. Right? She was eating. Yeah. You got anything else? Let's close out that 2 Peter 3.
Sham will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. If I may, pretty much, that's what the day of the Lord is going to consist of, that destruction, man. And it said the earth and the works therein is going to be burned. That's concerning everything that's within this world, this system, in us, that's presented here. Lord is about to make a whole new world, man, by the way of destroying this place. This is the time we come into. The Lord gave a time for this word to go out, for those to come into the pavilion. And now it's time for that destruction, man.
Good.
It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Now, man, one of the definitions of the conversation is conduct. And this is part of the conduct. You see, these scriptures is narrative. Like, you'll think, like, conduct, now you're supposed to be, now you're supposed to move a certain way amongst the brothers, damn right. Right? You gotta yield to others. But ultimate this the ultimate conduct. Peace. Yeah, because the Lord, look, his business is to make sure that this word has thoroughly gone out. Remember the Apostle Paul made a statement, and I trust that we have thoroughly been made manifest in your conscience, so that your conduct has to contribute to that. You can't be slack, then that's not going to be fulfilled. So the Lord got a resilient spirit on us. Well,
looking for and hastening unto the conduct.
right, just as Nineveh. Right? Did not Jonah sit in the booth and look to see what would come of the city? That's the mindset. You can't be here and not be anticipating the destruction. Right? And the destruction, it varies. It climaxes with the missiles, but the destruction is what? Also the system being altered to fit the CBC. Hence your MOTV. The famine, you got to be in the spirit of looking. We got to be sitting in that booth, like Jonah, looking to see the outcome of the recalls. See? Well,
It says, looking for it and hastening until the coming of the day of Yahawashi,
yep,
wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved,
right.
and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Can't get around that. Got to go right back to that touchy subject of destruction. Well,
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
right. Which when you go into that word, look, one of the definitions of anticipate. See? So, anything else? Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory.
Yahawah, Sham, Rawchaa, Sham, Qadash.
Double honors to the head apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. And always believers. Till the next time, shalom.
Shalom.